Alrighty, well, today is, hell, I don't know what day it is. I know it's Tuesday, August 21st. Yeah, 3 weeks almost to the day since I dug my last hole. And my neighbor, Fast Eddie, from across the street, gave me permission to probe out his yard. As you can see, all the way back here by the alley, right where you'd expect a privy. That being said, I don't see any major sinkholes in the asphalt. And there used to be an older house right smack in between these two houses, taking up 2 lots. And they split it in half after they built these 2 houses later. Anyway, I have probed out something in this meager corner back here, and I was all full of hope yesterday when I probed it out, until now when I used my 6-foot probe, and it really doesn't feel very good. But we're going to open it up, see what the hell's going on anyway. Yeah, the old magician trick. Stick the sword in the box and miss the pretty young girl in the box. It's kind of how the bottles are the pretty young girl in the box. Probe and probe. I did stab some glass, but it was shallow in the cap, if it is a cap. Anyway, time to sling some dirt. Well, other than a couple of pre-pro wine and whiskey bottles here, the only thing that come out of the hole was this little harem oil bottle. And of all the dozens I've dug up, this is only the second clear one that I've ever dug up. And usually where you find one, you find 10. So I think they were highly addicting, whatever was in them. But aside from that, nothing else until just now when I hit this crock. And very sadly, you can see what's punched a big hole. Well, not a hole necessarily, but it looks like it's busted. But boy, look at the cobalt design on that. Looks like fishes to me. That's what I'm calling it, the old fish jug or fish container. Who knows, maybe I'll find old fish bones in it. Now that's kind of a crier. That was only about 2 feet deep in the hole. Off, kind of outside of the hole. I think it's actually not in the hole at all. Anyway, it looks old. Oh, also, right next to it I pulled out this beautiful gray, looks like salt glaze, super freaking thick. Yeah, so once again I'm forced to ignore the first 3 feet. But this is only 2 feet and outside of the hole. Where did it come from? Yeah, that's the question. Well, finally a chance for a photo op of sorts. Well, we got looks like a fruit jar. I'm hoping for a late throw. It looks like it's pretty early. I don't see any numbers on the base. And it's got that early aqua color to it. So I'm going to keep poking along at it. This is where a GoPro camera would really come in handy. One of them hand-free guys, you know. But I'm just so damn cheap sometimes. Anyway, I will get back to you whenever I pull this out, which I'm guessing as broken as everything is down here. Won't be very long. Now, I can't remember. Did I happen to say I thought it was a fruit jar? I know I mentioned something about a late throw, but I don't think it's a fruit jar because it's way too big. And I got it right on the edge of looseness here. And here we go. Hold our breaths. Whoa. It is a fruit jar, but it's a big ass boy. One of them wax sealer types. Early one. Well, well, well. I'm going to have to wipe them off. I don't think these were embossed. But they're pretty cool anyway. I'll take it. I'll take it, yeah. Yeehaw. Well, here it is out of the hole. Got a nice funky gloppy lip on it. Crude as hell. No embossing, but no damage either. Might have something on the base, but if it does, without my glasses, I ain't reading it. Anyway, I think this is only the second or third one of these I've dug up like this. Definitely the crudest one I've ever dug. I love it. And I don't even like jars particularly. Well, rare photo op number 2. It says Hiscox and Company, which sounds familiar. I should know what that is. It's a medicine. Nice side paneled embossing. So I'm going to dig it out and see if it's whole and take a picture of it. Yeah, that's the plan. Well, as you'll be able to see here in a second, I got it somewhat loose, somewhat ready to be pulled out. And oh, I would say it looks like it's all there. And there's the Hiscox and Company side, full of rainwater. Always amazes me how they never end up freezing and breaking. I can't remember if these are just side embossed or what the story is. No, nothing there. We do have something on the front of it. And we've got Parkers Tonic. Huh, interesting. I wonder if that's the same Parkers as in Parkers hair medicine. Kind of has the same shape and style to it. But I don't think so. Something tells me no. Something tells me no. And a fairly old style base to it. I'm guessing 80s. Maybe a little bit earlier. Yeah. Hey, it's a medicine. It's undamaged, near as I can tell. I don't think it's got any lip chips. No, doesn't feel like it. Yay! Well, the instant I hit record, the train whistle blows. Isn't that amazing? You just can't time it better. Okay, let's try this again. I'm guessing this is almost what it looked like originally when somebody was using the outhouse. Yeah. I'm down about 8 feet near the bottom. And I feel like I'm almost inhandable. It's like the bottom foot has the old stuff and everything else is just fill and ashes and coal clinkers and new crap. Look at that lovely pile of new bottles there. All machine made. All the same one, except for one or two. But then at the bottom, got a nice little Rumfords, kind of a teal color. And I got a extremely rare Dr. Kilmer's kidney and liver sample cure. Yeah. I got 3 more of these guys, and this one actually, I think it's this one. No, that's the other one. One of them has it's this guy. Goddamn Tilly. GD. I can't read it. It's one of those Dutch weird oil bottles. But it's cool that it's got the embossing on it. 1 out of 20 is embossed. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3. I got another one at home. 4 of them so far. What did I say? Where you find 1, you find 10. So I know there's 6 more down there. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. Finish digging it today. Come back tomorrow. Fill it in now. I mean, God, a plethora of choices here. I mean, clearly it doesn't have the age I was hoping for, but it's got some age. That being said, or saying that being, I think I'll make more room for dirt since I'm sandwiched between, you probably can't tell what the hell that is. It's a shed next to a shed. God, could you imagine that? And it's only that wide. So here's my dirt pile there, there's my dirt pile there, and you know, do I want to rake it out of gravel, or do I want to rake it out of grass? I'm leaning towards grass, might be easier. So that's the plan. Dig a little while longer and figure it out from there. Well, after, oh God, what, 6, 7 hours of digging? I don't know, 10, 8 hours of digging. Ugh. We're down at the bottom down there. There's a little bit back under this shelf to dig, and that'll be it. Yeah, there weren't a lot of great photo ops, but I did manage to pull out 2 bottles that made the whole thing worthwhile. 2 Louisiana Pharmacy bottles. Yeah, we got this fancy one with a fancy monogram on it. Somewhere there. There we are. In the fading sunlight. And then we got another one. This one's my favorite. It's like from Our Drugstore. Our Drugstore. C.J. Chapman, proprietor, Louisiana, Missouri. Yay! I'm so happy. I think I filmed them once already. Then this little bad boy, this old wax sealer, was like it was right under that root right there, which is only about a foot deep. Go figure. I don't quite get it. And then we got a beautiful dragonfly. Wow, look at that. I've never seen a solid green dragonfly before. And that's pretty cool. Wow. Well, here it is, about 10 o'clock on Wednesday, August 22nd. Anyway, I'm here to finish out this hole I started yesterday. And my low battery signal is flashing, so it means I gotta be quick about this. I don't think there's much left to dig here, but then I have been surprised once or twice. Not by this hole, but by others. So, anyway, that said, we're making these videos under a minute. And I'm at 50 seconds, so I better stop looking at that and start slinging dirt. Bye. Well, so just slightly less than 2 hours of digging, and we're done with this hole. The entire hole, the whole hole. I thought there was at least one good bottle left. Turns out there were 4. Yeah, they're all from the same pharmacy, but 2 of them are different variations, and I don't recall seeing them in the book. And an old pipe. Up until then, and those were the last one to come out was that shoe polish, but other than that, right up until I pulled out those local pharmacies, all I was getting were these plain Jane nothings. Plain Jane nothings. So I was getting discouraged. So in the last corner, that's where they were hiding like little mice, waiting for the mouse protector to come and protect them. Protect them I will. Well, alrighty, these were the only keepers. Well, there were other keepers, but these are the only ones that survived the last 5 years. Mostly because the half-dozen local pharmacy bottles. What's funny to note is, since digging these, I've only dug 3 others total in different holes. In 3 different holes too, so they're kind of hard to come by. And I out of this batch, I didn't find anything new or unlisted. Everything here is listed in Johnny's book. The Rumford, I've been seeing a number of Rumfords on the internet lately, and people are talking kind of oddly about them. One of the things that I've noticed is that they all have one shared air vent. I think it's on this shoulder and the opposite, and that's it. And I think this is the newer style, because you have to turn the bottle neck to the left in order to read the embossing, and the base does not have the patent embossing. I think the older ones have March 10th, 1868 on the base. These newer ones, like I say, you have to tip the bottle to the right to read it correctly. The older ones are those oddball. I think only less than 10% of all bottles you turn to the right and to read the embossing. Tend to be older, and there's more crudeness to them. This one's pretty well tool-topped and, well made without many flaws, not what we're looking for. But anyway, and the Tilly bottles, I mean, my gosh, I always get a hoot and a holler every time I dig an embossed one. In my case, it's like 1 in 10 seem to be embossed, and I've dug 100 of them if I've dug 10 of them. So, the embossing's kind of funky, and as addictive as they must have been, I heard stories or read stories about people concocting their own mixtures and getting the plain unmarked vials and just passing them off as the real Tilly bottle product. And apparently they were from, I don't know, over there. Way over there somewhere. The local bottles are cool. My favorite, of course, like I mentioned, from our drugstore, not your drugstore, not their drugstore, but our drugstore. I don't think I've ever seen that on, you know, not like from our saloon. Um, but anyway, apparently they aren't rare. The rare one, oddly enough, is this Will Finley. You can't hardly see the W in there, but there he is. I've only dug one other one of these, which I was thrilled to dig because they're considered rare in Johnny's book. I think 50 to 75 bucks or something crazy. And since I'm the only one who collects Louisiana bottles, I wouldn't pay that for it. Let me tell you that. Mainly because I'm likely to dig one up. Oh, yeah, I've dug two. So anyway, our drugstore, and then there's two different variants. This one's like a strap side Union flask almost, or like a Wyeth bottle, and these guys are a little bit more, I don't know, plain Jane-ish. Yeah, all tool top, turn of the century, late 90s. Mostly late 90s. By the turn of the century, most of these were having labels stuck on them. So it was a fun little dig. It spanned 2 days, but in reality, I think it was like 5 hours of digging. And if it hadn't been that last little corner, I wouldn't have gotten 4 out of 6 of these local bottles. So, I used to scratch my head when I'd hear other diggers say, "Now make sure you clean out the corners," and I'm like, "But what if the hole is round?" Yeah, dig around anyway. Unless there's a 10 feet of overhang that's going to kill you. Yeah, make sure you get those corners, because this was a good example. I got 4 out of the 6 in the last little corner. Anyway, there you have it.